Yes, people. The Premier League season's over and the English football season's over with the FA Cup. The only thing remaining is the Champions League. We'll find out what's going to happen with our Champions League preview coming up next Friday. But today on Vibes from the Six, we're going to talk about Manchester City beating Manchester United in the FA Cup to win their 7th FA Cup and part 2 of their 3-part treble, of course, and some transfer news and some breaking news about Tottenham. Tottenham might be signing Celtic manager very, very soon. I don't know how to pronounce his name, but I'll find that out very soon from our Tottenham representative, Jay, coming in. Alan, unfortunately, is not going to be here. We're waiting for a Man City fan to jump on also, but we got a lot of transfer news with Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and we're going to get into all of that. Let me know in the comment section what you guys want to talk about first. If you're listening to this on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, let's get ready. Peace out.
Here we go.
Yes, boys. What's going on? How's everyone doing today?
Good, man.
Good. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I woke up. I wanted to go do some stuff. I came back. I see Tottenham are about to announce a manager. I see Chelsea have already agreed a deal with the new midfielder. Liverpool are close to signing a new player. Manchester United, Min-jae is closer than ever. But of course, we're today you don't have to talk about Mason Mount. Because we got another Tottenham player, you could another Manchester United player you can talk about. But I think as we're waiting for the City fan, it's only right that we start with the potential new manager signing that Tottenham will be having through the door very, very soon. And if you guys don't know who he is, I'm going to show you guys who he is right now. Tottenham are reportedly going to be signing what's his name again? If I'm not mistaken,
Ange Postecoglou.
Postecoglou. I seen David Ornstein.
I had to make sure that I learned.
Wait, can we learn how to say it together? Can you say that slowly?
Postecoglou.
Postecoglou.
Beautiful.
Okay.
Postecoglou. Okay, so as we always do, we're gonna put up the tweet so you guys can see what the tweet says, and we're gonna just put that there right now. This is the tweet from Fabrizio. This is not Fabrizio Romano. David Ornstein. David Ornstein saying that Tottenham are now close in approaching. What's his name? You know what? I think it's only right that I get the AI to pronounce his name properly. Mm-hmm. 1 second.
Ange Postecoglou.
No, they don't know how to pronounce it. They don't know how to pronounce it either.
Give ChatGPT another year or two. You know, they'll get to enunciations eventually.
But apparently, Tottenham are closer to signing him as their boss, and will be switching from Celtic. The 57-year-old Australian has emerged, and they call him the Pep Guardiola from Australia, the Australian Pep Guardiola. That's what they refer to him as. The Athletic reporting this is they're one of the more reliable sources.
Yeah.
And reporting
Romano's dropped a little bit, like he's saying, like the here we go's coming soon and stuff. So personally, I like the appointment. So about 3 months ago, I said that Ange was my number one choice. Like before, like Nagelsmann and Slot and everything. In fact, I'll find the tweet for you. So it's like for me, I like Ange as a choice because for a number of reasons. In terms of Spurs, what they want to do, it's reported that Spurs are moving into a more data-driven transfer approach. So they're almost going to run a bit more like a Brentford, a bit more like a Brighton in terms of how they do their transfers. So obviously you need a manager that can work with that. You're also trying to bring in a manager who can play attacking football, progressive football, who's got a big personality, can bring the club together. So when there's not a huge number of choices taking that into account. And for me, managers at the moment, there's a state of flux. So a lot of the big name managers that we've had over the last few years are coming to the end of their career, finishing off their careers. So it's like a new era of managers. So it's almost like that. To me, there's a certain degree of risk for any manager that a top six club takes now. Like moving forward now, if you're a top six club and you hire a manager, then there's going to be a risk factor. Arsenal appointed Arteta, who didn't have any experience. United appointed Ten Hag, that hadn't managed outside of Holland. Chelsea have appointed Poch, sacked at Spurs, didn't really do amazing at PSG. Do you see what I mean? So every manager that there is at the moment has risk. So for me, I personally in 2023, and this might be a controversial one, I prefer him to Poch. As in, like, I'd much prefer having a manager like Postecoglou to Poch, because it reminded me a little bit of Arteta when Arteta went to Arsenal and we had like Conte. I was looking at some of the stuff that Arsenal were doing and I was disregarding it just because we had the name manager. Do you know what I mean? It was like, I see what they're doing, but because we've got Conte, everything will be fine. So it's almost like tactically and positionally and from a team growth-wise point of view, I think that Spurs, it'll be very interesting to see. I think he's got more of a pronounced style of play. And I think that a lot of the Spurs fans anyway, I think there's an optimism in terms of looking at the managers like Thomas Frank, looking at managers like De Zerbi. There's new profiles of managers that showing, listen, if you are tactically strong, you've got good personality, and you can get that style of play across, Arteta too, players will buy into you and you'll be able to do something good. So for me, happy with the appointment. There's a lot of good things that he's bringing to the table. I can't see it not working out personally. I know people will say, I've seen some people in the chat said, Spurs fans are gassing Postecoglou. No, it's Spurs have not had an attacking manager or a progressive manager in the last two managers. So from a very basic point of view, the team is going to play front foot attacking football and try and win games and try and dominate teams. That's all very positive for me. And the manager has a style of play of how he wants to achieve that. So obviously, as long as we can get this done early next week, then it starts the transfer season. We need centre-backs, we need a goalie. Hugo says that he wants to leave. He's, there's a lot to do, but I want us to try and dominate Asian market. Like the same way that Brighton dominated the South American market and things like that. I want Spurs to be like, okay, Ange knows Asia. Brought like 5-6 Asian players into Celtic. We've obviously got the Saudi connection. We were linked to Kim Min-jae last season. So, I'd be really interested to see Spurs try and dominate that Asian market, picking up the best domestic Asian players and trying to draft them in. So, yeah, I'm happy with Ange. Got a lot of work to do, but yeah, I'm happy with the appointment.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys, just to let you guys know a little bit more about who this guy is. I don't feel like a lot of us here know who he is. So his CV is mostly in Australia. He's worked his way up in Australia. He's 57 years old. They're ranking him as one of the most up and coming guys from Australia and probably like their best manager over there. He's come to Celtic, and did they win the league this year? If I'm not mistaken,
they did treble this year.
Fucking hell, that's impressive. So yeah, just to show you guys a little bit about, bro. To come in, do a Celtic. I get it, it's Celtic, but just to give you guys a little bit of experience, I'm not gonna lie. Looking at his experience for the first time, I'm like, surely not. Tottenham's gonna go for a bigger name than this. But this is probably what Tottenham need. I really do think this is what they need. They need a relatively unproven manager who has a good track record of doing well and building and performing well with their teams and overperforming with teams. And hopefully, even though he doesn't have a history in European football, he can maybe translate his experience and work at Tottenham. This is similar to, I would put this, maybe some of you guys would say it's a diss to Pochettino, but I think this is a similar type of signing to Pochettino maybe.
Yeah, I think looking at it, people will look back. Some of Spurs' best managers like Redknapp coming from Portsmouth, Poch coming from Espanyol and Southampton. I think the thing is that somebody's saying, I see Gunnar Vettel saying he was cooking in the spot. Gerrard, just the Gerrard example. I just want to be very clear on the Gerrard example. Gerrard's team got to the Europa League final. Yeah, clearly Gerrard's team was a good team. Yeah, he worked with Michael Beale, who then went on to be manager of QPR. And obviously, clearly, Michael Beale was quite a big part of Gerrard's success. That was his assistant manager. Michael Beale is current Rangers manager. Do you see what I mean? So in the year and a half since Gerrard left Rangers to go to Villa, that his assistant manager is now manager of Rangers. To me, that would indicate that that's. And anyway, Ange beat that Gerrard team to the title. So you've also got that team that made the Europa League final. Ange finished above that team. So for me, I put that to one side. I think it's very important to say to yourself, like, well, are you giving justified criticisms of why Ange isn't going to be good, or are you just spouting, oh, it's the Scottish League? Because, for example, De Zerbi, yeah, I'm sure if any of our clubs lost their manager tomorrow, yeah, I'm sure any of our clubs would be very keen on De Zerbi.
Not me.
Let's just before anyone, let Staffy and Ram jump in quickly. But before they do that, big up Velt. He say Gunnar Velt. He's saying, good manager. Spurs need to go back playing attractive football again, and been shocking to watch for the past 3 years. That's 100% true. Ange is good. Looks like Big Sam. That's a diss. I feel like it's a diss, but he is quite hefty. What else are we talking about? That's pretty much it. Most of the people are. I'm not really seeing anyone making fun of the signing. I think at this point, Tottenham know they can't go and get the best managers in world football, and they've tried to, and all of them seem to have relatively said, you know what, I don't want to put my name to that, or maybe I'm not interested in what.
One sec, because I just want to deal with some of these comments here. So this Caden Hall saying you might as well get the Stockport manager. Scott Parker will be better than. I don't mind people disagreeing with Ange, yeah. But a lot of these people don't bring actual logic as to why Ange isn't a good manager. They don't know how he tactically sets up. They don't know his team. I'm saying De Zerbi, yeah, when he was De Zerbi, when Sassuolo, yeah, when he was at Sassuolo, when he was at Shakhtar Donetsk, I didn't see anybody asking for De Zerbi. I did not see one person asking for De Zerbi to be manager of their club. 6 months at Brighton, and now he's the best thing in football. Now, we're trying to get De Zerbi before he blows up. We're trying to find that next big guy before he blows up. There's no point in trying to go to Brighton and offer them 80 million for Caicedo if you have the opportunity to get him for 4 million the year prior. This is our pick of trying to find the next big thing. Yeah. So somebody says, how long ago did you know about Postecoglou? 2 years. When he got manager, and this is the point that people aren't seeing. Caden Hall, Spurs are not in a position to be able to just go and pick De Zerbi. Even if we wanted De Zerbi right now, do you think De Zerbi is leaving Brighton to come to us? We couldn't even get Potter the other year. So people talking like, oh, you're overrating De Zerbi. So now I'm overrating one of the best. Do you see what I mean? You just can't win.
Arsenal, let me bring the other guys in. And I'm going to go back to this screen because it's going to segue us perfectly into the next topic. Harry Kane and everything going on with Harry Kane, of course. I want to know, what do you guys think? What do you guys think the future holds for Tottenham with this new manager and the potential, what could happen and the effects afterwards? What are you guys saying?
Yeah, like so this
one second, bro. Let Staffy and Ram jump in.
For me, I said this a couple of weeks ago about Spurs. I think what they should do is start again, as in sell Harry Kane, sell Heung-min Son, sell all the big and older players and start again, because at this moment this whole team is at a crossroad, like is at the end of its road, and a lot of these players are at a crossroad whether they want to win titles and whether they want to stay. And it looks like these players are going to go off and try and win some titles. For me, the signing of this manager is just underwhelming in my opinion. I think it doesn't help with the fact that Tottenham had managers readily available to him, but they just don't want to pay the big money that those managers deserve, like a Nagelsmann or an Enrique. I don't think Enrique would have been great for Spurs. I thought Nagelsmann would have been a great manager for them, given what he's done with Leipzig and what he did with Hoffenheim. But Postecoglou, like, yeah, he's an okay manager, but his caliber, the caliber of manager and a club like Tottenham, they should be going on and try and find a better man, in my opinion. And
Can I-
look, there's no difference for me between him and Brendan Rodgers, in my opinion.
Okay, so
Like if anything, Brendan Rodgers is better.
I'm gonna let you rebuttal, but I just want to hear what everyone has to say. So if you guys don't know what we're talking about right now, and you've just joined us, big up, my guy Vader and Mo. We're gonna talk about the City game after this, hopefully. But we're just talking about Tottenham. If you haven't heard, apparently this is going to be their new appointment for their manager, upcoming manager. It's going to be the current Celtic manager, Postecoglou, who currently is the manager at Celtic. He's most likely going to be taking the reign at Tottenham. It's been announced today. David Ornstein, all the major reporters have come out and said that that's what's going to be the case. And it does seem like it's going to be a different way where Tottenham are not going for the big managers. But yeah, Staffy, what are you saying?
They already tried the big manager twice, failed. Didn't really spend money on them. Didn't take them seriously. You've had people with the caliber of Jose Mourinho and Conte come in and leave on some negative note so badly about the club. Conte, obviously, we all know the rant that he's had. Even Mourinho in the past week or two is starting to talk about Spurs again. Taking a diss at them, saying Roma would never sack me a week before a final like Spurs did, and saying that because of how bad Spurs was and how small his stint was over there, that he doesn't even have an emotional attachment to these fans. It just shows, like, why would a big manager want to step in and take all, like, continue where they left off from? Because, like, there's nothing to do over there, So, like, not to mention how much money they wasted on these big managers, spending 20 million in compensation for this and that. It's like they wasted so much money and so much time. You got to look at it and you're like, you know what? Maybe it is time to just go.
Yeah, and I've been hearing a lot about Harry Kane headed to other parts of the world. Like that could be a thing, guys. Like, as much as they're bringing him in, could they also have the side effect where they lose Harry Kane? Mo, what are you saying?
And personally, Spurs is a very confusing club to me, and I do feel like they need to revamp this club in terms of what they need to go do going forward. I do think Harry Kane question mark has been asked so many times, and now we have the manager situation that's been looming over this club for so long as well. And it's an interesting appointment. It's not one I anticipated nor expected based on the managers available as well. But maybe he might be a surprise. Who knows? But at this point in time, I kind of take what managers have done in the Scottish League I take it with a pinch of salt, if I'm honest, just simply because I do think that there's managers that we all know of that have been there and done really well, but then couldn't translate it over into this league. And when it comes to Spurs as a club, I do think what they need to do is probably part ways with Harry Kane and start actually looking at what the next 5 years is going to look like. Personally, that would have meant then I would go after a manager that I can build with and a manager that realizes what that actually entails. But instead, what we've done is now maybe paper over the cracks with a manager that obviously has done what he's done at Celtic. And we don't really know how long he's going to necessarily last at Spurs and what Spurs' game plan is going forward. So I do think it's an underwhelming appointment. I understand, obviously, with the point that the brother just before me made in terms of they've tried the big managers and they've not worked out. But they've not worked out because Spurs Football Club have bottlenecked those managers, not because those managers just bottleneck themselves. I do think with Mourinho was a manager that we all knew what type of manager he was. He's someone that could get a lot out of little, but also he's someone that deserves some sort of backing because of, we know what his stature is as a football manager. With Conte, hate him or love him, the way I kind of look at it, he's a proven winner. But I've always said, don't bother hiring him if you're not going to back his type of ideas. So you've wasted time with Conte only to end up at this guy now. For me, Spurs have been in a limbo for so long, it doesn't make any sense. Since they fired Pochettino, I don't think this club has taken a step forward. If anything, they've taken steps backwards to show that, unfortunately, it was Pochettino that actually made them relevant, and it's why they were able to keep
Can we
going.
also
Wow,
remember
that is-
that?
So Igor, listen, I've got to jump in here because I've listened
Go
to
for it.
both of these points. Right? One, yeah, I don't think most of you actually know enough about Ange to be talking about Ange's appointment. because you just don't know enough about the manager. You're talking like Spurs don't have a strategy here. This is the most strategy Spurs have had in the last 4 years. Yeah, they brought in the City Group guy in Scott Munn. He's running the football operations. Yeah, they brought in a manager who can work a City Group style in Ange. You want to know about the team that Spurs have got and where they're trying to go moving forward. Okay, so let's talk progressive modern managers. Yeah, so in that, listen, Enrique wants the job. Yeah, Enrique wants the Spurs job. Yeah, he is go look at any reports. He is waiting for Spurs to make their decision on this job. So I don't know where this myth is that Spurs can't attract certain manager names. Yeah, we can get managers. Nagelsmann, yeah. Okay, maybe we can get Nagelsmann. Go ahead.
But wouldn't the question be, if Enrique wants the job, why don't the Spurs want him?
Exactly. Now you're asking the right questions, and there's a list of reasons. So one, you start with data-driven transfers. Does Enrique want to dictate the transfers the club make over the club giving him these are the list of players that we're looking at? Which one do you want? There's a different approach. If Enrique cannot work to that style, Spurs have tried in the last year with Conte to try and smash together two styles, a win now manager with progressive signings. It doesn't work because you end up butting heads. You need a synergy with that. So therefore, it's more logical to go with somebody who can work that structure. Style of play. Nagelsmann always worked in a structure. So Hoffenheim, Leipzig, Bayern. He's always worked in a sophisticated structure. Yeah, a sophisticated transfer football club structure. Spurs have none of that. What does Nagelsmann look like with 100% authority over transfers? I don't know. Is it a good thing? Is it a bad thing? I don't know. Spurs are not in a position right now to be able to gamble that bit of information. Yeah. If you look at the list of criteria that Spurs have for this manager, Ange ticks all the boxes. The fact that he's coming from Scotland, that's not why we're not rating him because he won the same league as Neil Lennon. That's not why he's being rated. He's being rated because of his man management, tactical formation, patterns of play. That's why he's being rated. Nothing to do with Scotland per se. Yeah. When Celtic took him from Australia, all of the people were saying the same shit that Spurs fans are saying now. What's he done? He's never managed in Europe. What's he going to do? He doesn't know what he's doing. Yeah. They all said the same stuff. Now, 2 years later, they're crying. They're crying, oh, please, Spurs, don't take our manager, please. Yeah. So
but is he good enough? Is he good enough to get you back into the top four, even challenge?
Listen, I heard a lot of hype about Company. Yeah. For me, the Companies, the De Zerbis, the Anges, they're all the same type of manager. They're all in the same sphere of manager. Pattern, positional, GDP, JDP, like build-up play, all of that. That's how these managers are. If you want a manager in 2023, you need an Arteta profile, a Company profile, a Slot profile.
What about Ruben Amorim?
Amorim's not the same profile. Like he's
but
not.
Amorim can work under a strategy and play progressive football at times.
No, listen, I'm saying
majority of the time.
Listen, what do you mean? I'm trying to explain. Like, listen, in terms of Amorim's style of play, it's not the same way in terms of builds. See, sorry, I'm reading the comments. I'm reading the comments, and people.
No, I can tell, man. I can tell.
No, because I'm reading the comments, and nobody's actually listening to what I'm actually saying.
Are you excited? You're excited for it?
Yeah, no, I'm just saying why Ange is being rated. Yeah, I'm explaining why people rate Ange. I am not in no way saying that he's going to be a success at Spurs. I'm explaining the rationale as to why he has been offered this job and why he's the number one pick for Tottenham.
We're questioning whether he should have this job.
There's no doubt in my mind that he is the right person for the job. Like, as in, like, he is logically, the right person for the job based on a number of criteria. What Spurs need,
but like I said, there's other managers out there, like I've named, like Ruben Amorim.
Why is Amorim a better fit for Spurs than Ange?
Because he's playing against two of the biggest monopolies in Portuguese football, in Benfica and.
But I mean,
and he plays, and he has a strategy within
him specifically. Why is he the best manager for us?
What, are you asking for a manager that can fit the 2023 profile? He's young.
Yeah.
He plays expansive.
I never said
football.
anything about Young, by the way. But go on.
No, but
that's his point.
that's the criteria of 2023
Okay, go on.
managers, because Arteta is classed as that.
Okay, go on.
He
Yeah.
plays progressive football at the majority of the time, but also plays defensive football when he's up against a bigger and stronger team, like we saw against Arsenal.
His football isn't that progressive, by the way. It's all
It
right.
is when you
It's
watch
not-
the
it's-
Portuguese. When you watch the Portuguese league, it is.
It's
When
like
he's playing up against teams
it's
like Real
Amarim's
Ave
it's
and
Amarim's football.
Braga, then yeah, it's progressive.
Is Amarim's football as progressive as Arteta, De Zerbi, Company, any of these guys?
Given the right utensils, yes, it is.
No, it's
Pep
not.
lineage. Pep lineage. I see what you did there.
He's got arguably technically gifted players like Pedro Gonçalves and Pedro Porro was before when he left, but Gonzalo Inacio and players like that, Marcus Edwards. Like, have you seen this football that he played?
What do you mean? I played them. I played them twice. Listen, I played them twice in the Champions League this season. This season, I played them in the Champions League.
But you are a better team than Sporting, so they are going to play more defensive football.
Jay's excited for the signing.
Bragas, the smaller teams in the Portuguese.
1 second, guys. 1 second, guys. I need to take a little control here and just understand that we're not going to spend the entire video talking about this, but I just want to know, everyone here, do you think it's too early to judge, obviously, on the manager and who he is? But are you shocked by the decision, or I agree with the decision that Tottenham have gone for a relatively unknown manager, because it doesn't put too much pressure on them and it can give them the right tools to rebuild properly? Where if they go and sign a top manager right now, they're back in win now mode, and they're basically doing the same thing they did for the last two managers, as Staffy said. And I fully agree with Staffy said earlier.
Yeah,
I'm a medium.
1 second, Vader go first. Vader go first. He hasn't said anything.
I'm gonna say this. I'll be real. I don't know much about him. Like Jay said, I mean, coming over from Australia before he came over to do his thing, like people had questions. I'm gonna have my questions. I still have questions on Ten Hag. He just completed a year. There's more I need to learn about this guy, right? But if Jay's seeing that, profile wise, it kind of makes sense. It's not the turnkey style. It's like, let's build something here. He's clearly an older manager, experienced. So he's going to have a set ways of doing things. He's not going to quite be dictated to. So, I mean, yeah, they got to switch it up. They can't keep doing what they're doing. So I'm not mad at the signing.
All right. And just quickly, before we go to the City game, because I don't know how long Vader has, does everyone feel like Harry Kane's going to stay?
I actually don't.
Harry Kane to Real Madrid is a thing right now.
I actually don't know, because Madrid's one of those clubs, where I would say it's 50-50. Because on the one hand, you've got it's Madrid, On the other hand, you've got, would he leave England?
What would it cost for him to leave?
I think we'd sell him to Madrid for 100 plus, like 100. I don't think we'd take the piss.
They just cleared out that team. Benzema gone, Hazard gone, Asensio gone. They're cooking something over there.
How much was Hazard to
100?
140.
So Harry Kane is 120 at least. Record signing Harry Kane. He's going to be a record signing.
Yeah,
he's going to be a record signing. I don't think Harry
M's.
100. Nah, man, nah.
But think about, because Aiden Hazard
115 M's.
115-ish, yeah.
That sounds realistic.
Okay, I'm saying 100 million pounds, as in 150, 120 million euros, that kind of region. If we're doing exchange rates and stuff like that.
All right. It's record signing is all I'm saying. Harry Kane, record signing to Real Madrid. Ooh, can't wait for him to live under those pressures, man.
Yeah.
But Real Madrid will give him the platform to be able to go on and win. What a better place to go and learn how to win than Real Madrid?
Bayern.
Stop it.
What do you stop it? Bayern.
Did you just say Bayern is a bigger winner than Madrid?
No, as in place to win. Bayern.
Hey,
no,
listen,
he said a place to go and to win.
Kane,
you go to Madrid, you're winning.
Kane is never, ever playing in the Bundesliga. Let's just get that out of your heads right now. He ain't going to that team.
Kane's going to be dragged to winning. I don't think he's going to be leading any type of winning. He'll be dragged to winning.
He'll learn.
Well, no. The thing is that no, but Vader, you've also, let's not be unfair here.
No, but let's stop. Let's stop talking off topic, guys. Please, we got short.
I just the one. I just want to say the 1 point on.
This is a short segment.
I just want to say the 1 point on Walker.
Not now, Jay.
It's a nice tangent to City. Actually, I'm doing your job for you. because Walker, when City signed Walker, they taught him how to win. Look at Walker now. Like Walker, after he got taught to win, like when you get taught to win, it can almost unlock another skill set.
What's the likelihood of this happening, guys? Everyone in the comment section, let me know. What's the likelihood of this happening? Benzema's leaving officially. He got the Godfather contract from Saudi Arabia. If you don't know, they told him, come to Saudi Arabia, pick your club, pick your residence, pick your wages and your manager. It's crazy. That's literally what they told him. And then, so with him going to Real Madrid potentially, I think that's a better move for him than going to, what do you call it, Chelsea or Man United right away. Because I feel like he'll fit into a team that already plays the way he plays, and he'll go right in and replace Benzema. And let's be honest, I'm not calling him a upgrade on Benzema, but at this moment in time, Benzema in his career, Harry Kane is going to be an upgrade for the foreseeable future.
He is an upgrade when you consider his age and his injury record recently. We're not talking about prime Benzema versus prime Kane. Then that's a different argument.
He's an upgrade because Benzema has been injured. Essentially,
he's what, 36, 37? It's time for something new. And I listen, if he doesn't come to United and he goes to Madrid, I see that very doable. It's not the most absurd thing in the world. I don't understand why it can't happen, other than his personal preference if he wants to stay in England or not. But I think this is a very doable deal. He'll go there, he'll get the number 9 jersey, he'll be the talisman. He's gonna bang in the goals in Spain, and he's gonna play in the Champions League and all that. Looks perfect for him. They cleared a lot of wages, so he's going to get big wages. I see a lot of green flags for this transfer to happen, to be honest.
But do you know why it might not happen? It's because of certain Kai Havertz.
Please, that shouldn't even be a convo, bro.
Kai Havertz is not a striker. Kai Havertz is not a striker, so carry on.
So where do you think they're going to sign him to play?
He's not going to play as a striker. He's going to be behind the striker at best.
Because I'm seeing a lot of links to Kai Havertz
to
Real Madrid also.
Say again?
I'm seeing a lot of links of Kai Havertz to Real Madrid also.
No, I know you are, but Kai Havertz is not for the striker position, bro.
Only
maybe a fault. What about a false 9? And
Ramsey, come on, bro.
I'd be surprised.
You don't rate Kane. I'm confused. Okay, let's go to some of these super chats.
I mean, Real that's Madrid, probably 90% of the world.
I think Madrid signed both if they want, bro.
1 second. Let me just go to some of these messages. So we got Real Madrid, Havertz, and Kane. Egal. We'll see. Another one here saying no. Yeah, Havertz is staying, and then we got one here saying big up for the super chat, my guy. He's saying only deluded people don't rate. What?
And that is so apparently 90% of the world are deluded.
Only if you don't rate Harry Kane, I'm sorry. Like, even as an Arsenal fan, I have to rate.
You're deluded.
I have to rate the guy. As an Arsenal fan, he's just that good.
My man scored 30 goals in a really crap Tottenham team. Like, put that in perspective. 30 goals. We're not talking assists as well. 30 goals for Tottenham. Come on, man. Put some respect on his name.
I told them last show, Ram. People don't want to listen to me.
You know what? Let's quickly shift gears to the FA Cup final. But before we go, I just need everyone to just say yes or no. Do you think Harry Kane will leave Tottenham this summer?
Yes.
Vader?
No.
I thought he froze.
Okay. And Jay, what are you saying? Is Jay there?
Jay's recovering, bro. He's crying. He's crying right now.
I don't think Jay wants to admit what's going to happen.
Jay doesn't want to say yes or no. Okay. I get why he wouldn't want to. But hey, Jay, it's gonna happen, my friend. That's the honest truth. It's gonna happen. Yeah, whether you like it or not, it's gonna happen. It is what it is. But let's get into Manchester City winning the friggin' another trophy. Woo! Man City won another trophy, guys. Man City won another trophy. Vader, take it away. What you gotta say, bro?
Oh my! I have to admit, I feel so bad because I wasn't fully settled before the game kicked off. Like, for me, the game kicks off at 10 o'clock a.m. So I'm I'm lucky enough. I got a TV in the kitchen and I'm kind of getting the meal ready and I'm talking with wifey and I happen to, you make eye contact when you're talking and I hear the crowd cheering. I'm like, did I just miss a goal? I missed the goal to kick off the FA Cup final. And I was like, oh my goodness. I've been telling everybody, watch the first 7 minutes. Watch the first 7 minutes to see how City play and see how United play. If we're passing the ball around like it's a training exercise, no unforced loss of possession, I'm like, ooh, it's going to be a long day. We score in, 13 seconds, 15 seconds? It was absolutely insane. There is no fault. Oh, 12 seconds. 17 seconds? 17
13,
seconds.
bro.
All right.
13, bro. 13.
13? All right. I'm hearing a lot of different numbers. Regardless, it was under
It was
20
15.
seconds. I didn't get enough
No, it's
time.
13. I know it by
Yeah, I'm
heart.
being sarcastic.
Yeah,
I didn't get
Staffy
enough
knows.
I know it by heart, bro. Just stop laughing at my misery. Just get it
My
done with.
bad, my bad, Steph. But the thing is, the game kicked off. There's no better way to kick things off. I mean, it was from, again, a City hero. He's had these heroic moments so many times, and to kick off the season like this, to kick off the final like this, I was amped. I'm going to be real. I thought there would have been a lot more opportunities created throughout that game, but first goal like that, no hate on De Gea. There's nothing he could have done. You're not reacting to that based off of the reaction of that kickoff to Holland, to KDB, to Gundo. You're not stopping that. You're just not. Now, did I gain some respect for United? Yes, because I thought it was going to be a comfortable win. I gained some respect because how we had to fight to the very last minute, how Stones and Ortega had to knock that ball over and to prevent a tie. They fought till the end. They played for their manager or they played for the fans. It was a good battle because, again, at the end of the day, a derby, a historic one to bat. And you know what was on the line. I mean, you see that stone face, that kind of like lack of emotion on Staffy's face right now. It's because this was to stop the pursuit of a treble.
I accepted my fate a while ago, bro. No,
I respect that. Not everyone's as realistic as you, man. Not everyone kind of had that perspective. But
Do you want to answer this super chat quickly? Ozan Kabak talking about İlkay Gundogan.
yo,
Do you want İlkay Gundogan to stay? Question mark.
I want the man to stay. I want the man to stay. What this man just did, all right, and what we're pursuing. If the club want to give him 1 year, he wants 2. If he wants 2 years, if he wants 3 years, the club only want to give him 2. Whatever it is, give him those years. Give him those years. A performance like that, man, you know he's going to play for the badge. Give him what he wants.
Well, what about Kovacic then? I thought Kovacic was the replacement for him.
Kovacic, again, I don't think we can get İlkay to play as many games or as many minutes as we did this year moving forward. I think we're going to have to do what we like to call out here in North America, load management. I think we're going to have to do a little bit of load management with İlkay Gundogan moving forward. And Kovacic, man, would be nice. Man would be nice to be able to fill that role. Now, again, going back to the game, I knew you guys would score, but why do I know that you're going to score in a not open play, not good build up, good build up goal? Like, why is it always something sketchy with you guys? Like, why is it always something where someone's got to intervene? And like clockwork, man, it happened. So the ref,
penalty, right?
Penalty for whatever, and almost a minute of actual gameplay took place before they went back and reviewed this thing. But for whatever reason, VAR didn't have the same.
Can I stop you for a second? I beg.
Go ahead.
I just want everyone to quickly, I'll let you continue, but this is a very, very controversial moment in the game. Does everyone agree that this was a penalty? Or I think based on the rules, it's a penalty, but I don't think it should be a penalty.
I think it reminded me of, do you remember when Spurs gave away a penalty with Eric Dyer a couple of years ago against Newcastle? No. When he was jumping in the air and he headed it on his hands. It's one of those when because of what Grealish has done, like, it's not a penalty, but it is. Like, as in, like, because he's jumped and he's turned and then his body's moved and everything. It's like, I don't know where his hands could have gone. And all of this is happening in a split second, but on the rules, it is a penalty. But I completely, like, it's one of those where you didn't have to give the penalty. but I understand why they gave the penalty.
Everyone in the panel and everyone in the chat, let me know. I'm seeing a lot of yeses and a lot of nos. So I'm seeing no. I'm seeing no. Anyone think yes, Staffy?
No,
When you
it's
play
not.
United, it's a penalty. When you play United, it's a penalty.
Vader, don't do that because we didn't even have that many penalties this season. This is our like fourth.
No, he's right though. He's right.
No. Stop that, Rem. This is what I'm not gonna accept, bro. Because I don't come out and talk about these things. We had so many penalties that we should have gotten this season and we didn't. We actually went out of the Europa League. Actually, we had two very controversial handballs in the Europa League that destroyed us. One of them was in the Celta Vigo game. Was it Celta Vigo that we played in the group stage? It was a Spanish team. And we lost 1-0 in Old Trafford, got second place, and had to face Barca. So we played 2 extra games in that season because of that. And then, and by the way, that handball was never a handball. Martinez, the ball bounced off his body while he's making a tackle. His arm is like this. He goes off his thigh into his arm. He gets a yellow for it. We played 2 extra games that we didn't need that season. We played Barcelona, could have got bounced. And then when you go to the Sevilla game, Bruno does the same thing. He does a slide tackle. His arm is on his body or whatever it was, hits his arm, gets a yellow, gets suspended from the game in Sevilla. So we have been having these decisions go against us all season. We've had 2 penalties in the Premier League this season, which is the joint lowest. So all this thing that only Man United get these things, that's not true, bro. We had so many decisions that go against us. Do I think this is a penalty? Realistically, no. By the letter of the law, yes. Because by the letter of the law, his hand was outside his body frame. So when your hand is outside your body frame and it's outside a natural position, they'll give it because his hand was up here. Now, do we all realistically here agree? If you have to jump, your hands have to go up. That's how you generate that momentum. So when you jump, your hands have to go like this. You can't just jump like a salmon. So when you do that, does your hands go up? Yes. But we realistically know that the law is
They're going to change the rule. They're going to change the rule.
Let's not say this is a Man United thing because, yes, Ozan come back. I'm actually triggered because I don't like this narrative where we get these penalties.
Hold on. Can we change the rules about that your goal against City last time as well when Rashford was protecting the ball? And it rolled all the way through to Bruno. And
that's what I was getting at.
Okay, and that was another dodgy goal.
And what happened? United. By the letter of the law, it was not offside because he didn't touch it. Bro, I don't know the law. Is it okay? Do I agree that could have been an offside? It should have been. I agree.
But Staffy, that's the point that I'm trying to make, though.
One second. I just want to also touch on this. People were saying it was a controversial first half because Casemiro could have been sent off for this.
Casemiro definitely could have been sent off. And can I ask you about?
I want a yellow.
Why your guy?
One second, Jay. I'm gonna go back to Vader because he was first to chime in. But I do think there was a lot of controversial moments in that first half. But to be fair, both teams played well enough for the game to be close. I didn't want the referee to destroy the game, and I felt like even though they're controversial decisions, they're pretty much, you could say, they're all right.
You don't get red cards for stomping on someone's foot.
So yeah, I'm not asking for a red. I'm not asking for a red or for him to need. That should have been a yellow. That should have been a yellow. Even in real time.
Well, it's above the ankle, actually.
Bro, that's not where his foot landed. See, you're showing a screenshot, but his studs are still not on his foot. When you clip, he lands on a little bit of yellow on this. He doesn't actually land on. If he did, I promise you that would have been broken.
No, it's true, but this is what I want to point out. The funny thing is, Casemiro, master. He steps on Akanji's foot and acts like he's injured after that play. So there was no card given, nothing. We just moved on.
It's actually a free kick for us.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the point I was getting at. When it's United, things get called a different way.
To be honest, Vader, when I was seeing that, it looked like he was trying to protect the ball, like put his body first, like go like this. And that's why I looked at it. I was like, obviously, prefer the replay. I'm like, oh, yeah, that's an easy foul. But then you see it. Akanji just slips his foot right under him last minute. And I'm like, ooh, actually, that is the other way around. But it just didn't look like it from far. Like, you would have to watch the replay to say, like, actually, that foul should be overturned. But VAR doesn't do that. VAR just overturns penalty decisions or red cards. So I understand it, but, like, there was nothing we could do about that.
Let's get Vader's thoughts before we go to Mo and Ram. Sorry, not Vader. Staffy, give me your thoughts on the game. And that's why I have De Gea up on the screen.
Why do you keep doing this to me, bro? This guy had to call me yesterday after the game, and I told him the same thing. He enjoys my misery so much. Listen, I'm not going to blame De Gea for the whole game because I already told you that yesterday. Yesterday was a group effort. We collectively were not good enough. Did
Pick up
De
Ahmed.
Gea have maybe the majority of the mistakes? It's easy to put it all on him. I blame him more for his distribution than the goal mistake, because you can argue. First of all, I don't blame him for the first goal. No way he's saving that. Vader already said that, so we're on agreement. The second one you can kind of argue, because I watched it again. I was like, ooh, that ball bounced twice. Maybe you could have went to it, but yet again, there was so many people in front of me. It's really hard. If you've ever played in goal in real life, not just watching goalkeepers, if you actually ever played in goal, you would really understand how hard sometimes it is to see the ball when you have like two full teams in front of you. Because it was a free kick, so the box was filled with City and Man United players.
It curled around Casemiro and Varane, I believe. Like it was.
Oh yes, yeah. So it was very hard to see. Maybe he could have gotten it because he got a hand on it. Maybe if he put a little bit more power, he would have gotten it. It is what it is. But I blame him more for his distribution, because the amount of times he gave the ball away. Terry said on the terrace yesterday, he counted him. It was 17 times he kicked the ball long without pressure and gave it away. And that's the main thing. That's the main thing when you play City. When you play City, you want to limit how many times you turn the ball over, because they're very good at recycling the ball without anything. So just kicking it over to them was killing us. And that's the issue. The issue was you don't have a goalkeeper that can play under pressure. Because I was trying to explain yesterday tactically why he wasn't getting pressed. Pep is not stupid. He knows how bad De Gea is with his feet. So he doesn't need to be the goalkeeper. You know what you need to do when you have someone that can't pass? Just mark everyone around him, because it's going to be harder for him to make a decision, and he's going to kick it long. Now, if you have a goalkeeper that can pass with his feet better, then you have to press him, because you don't want to give him the freedom of the world to pick out these passes. So this guy gave up the ball way too much for our liking. But just to sum it up,
Steffi, you noticed that Pep allowed him to kick the ball. Why didn't Ten Hag have him maybe couple up with Varane, or why didn't someone take the ball off him?
It's just how it is, Vader. I mean, you can look at Lindelof himself a few times going to him and pointing where he wants the ball passed, but I don't think De Gea trusts himself enough to even pick these passes.
Let me just get a little hear what the other guys had to say on this game. I'm gonna come to you, Jay, after I go to Mo and Ram, because they haven't had a lot to say on the show yet. So Mo, what do you think about the game? And let me know who your standout was and what you thought about the game quickly.
And yeah, the game was a lot closer than I expected it to be. And I think what surprised me was, like Vado, I missed the freaking first goal. I was so angry. I was so annoyed. There's no way I expected a goal to go in that quick. And like literally when I came to sit down, I'm like, what? It's 1-0? How did I miss 2 minutes in the game and it's already 1-0? What happened? Yeah. And then I saw that clip of someone basically made like a clip of Mark Goldbridge watching the game. Literally, I think he was doing a live watch along.
Oh, should I get
literally, it? Yeah, bro. I swear to God, watching that thing, I've never just laughed out loud so much in my life, man. Because I'm thinking, yeah, it's an FA Cup final, an upset for Man City. It could easily be on the cards here. 13 seconds. I'm like, bruh, what the hell is this? And then I'm sorry, but I know people want to be not harsher on De Gea about that second goal, but bruh, I watch Kepa do that shit all the goddamn time, man. It pains me to say it. When keepers start doing stuff like that, bro, it just, the confidence of the team is affected. And one of the things that you said earlier on, his ball distribution not being good enough, and the fact that your manager requires that from the goalkeeper, it's starting to really affect this team. So here, I'm interested to see how you lot deal with it. Yeah, man. There's a whole video, bro. Literally,
it is a video. Let me play it because this was funny. If you guys seen it, it's a minute long. This is the actual beginning of the video.
Let's do it. Let's do it for Sean Gota. Let's do it for the lads. 1, 2, 3. Everybody go. Go City. Let's do it. Come on. Let's do it for our history.
And then 2 seconds later, he says the game starts. And then
we need to win this. Looking forward to Mount, says Aaron. Right, I'm about ready to start the clock here. Gundogan kicks the game off, and we're ready to go.
You can feel the
Man City have gone long ball already there. Flicked into Haaland. Oh, my God. What the fuck are we doing?
Oh, priceless.
Yo,
Hey,
Sam, at least you're not laughing at you. Don't worry, bro.
hey, bro, do you know how bad that must be? You're doing a whole watch along, you're mocking the opposition, and then
He
literally
always gets
30
caught, bro. He always
Yo,
gets
once
caught.
again-
He did that with the Sevilla game where he said we could play for another, I don't know, another hour or whatever he said, and you still won't score.
I think he
and
knows.
right away they score.
I
think
know.
he
I
knows the goal
remember that
goes
one.
in. I think he gets a notification that the goal's going in. It can't be. Howard Webb tries hard to give who a chance, but karma, thank God, Pep to rubbish,
Oh,
man.
Pep stop, rubbish, man.
I don't think the Manchester United get a lot of calls going their way.
Wait.
Nah,
Well,
let's be honest. That was a harsh penalty. I know by the letter of the law what we're saying here, guys.
Yeah.
But fam, do we expect this guy to jump with his hands to his side and just
Yo,
try
but-
and do it? Like it
but
just
the
it
Howard
was
Webb
one of the
thing, don't you
dumbest
guys-
penalty decisions.
The Howard Webb thing. Do you guys feel like we can question him because he's former Man United?
This is a joke, bro.
It's not. I don't think that's what I would question this on. I just think
This
this
guy
country.
said he's former Man United.
I
Listen.
think we'll.
It's a joke,
I'm
bro.
probably
Is he not former
probably
Man
gonna
United?
need
Am I
another
tripping?
year.
No,
I'm gonna
he's
need
not.
another year.
He's a ref.
He's a terrible ref. That's what he is. He's a terrible ref, and they put him in charge. And VAR is just being misused. We need to honestly the way we use the rules in this country on it. And it's not to say other countries don't have an issue, but I feel like
The number one team
controversy-
that benefited from VAR decisions this season was Liverpool, but somehow we still get Howard Webb on our name. Like I don't get it. What
Well,
more? Are we
technically,
supposed to-
because they had shit. We had.
I'm
really
not gonna lie to
poor
you guys.
goalies.
I thought
That's
City.
why.
I thought City were not playing their best.
They didn't,
thought-
but also they were denied an obvious penalty, in my opinion. That
Thank you.
that tackle
Yeah.
I
on
don't
Kevin
think
De
it's a
Bruyne, I
Right.
don't know how that's not a pen.
Yeah.
How is
Yeah.
that not a pen?
Come
Yo,
on, Steph,
Jay,
explain that for us, please.
I
You
don't
wanna
think
know
that's a
what I think
penalty.
in
No.
here because I know you had to go.
Wait,
and
wait,
you couldn't
wait,
see
what?
the
I
whole
think
thing.
he tried to box him out, and it
No,
looked.
I was just gonna say like the boys have brought the game down well. I think for me there was a couple of things that was very interesting. One was in terms of how United set up the game. It was interesting because it was almost like obviously there's pragmatism and then there's approach. I don't think United caused City any problems in the game really, like as in the set piece. Obviously the penalty seemed like such a gross like punishment for what was a inconsequential header on the edge of the box. You know, it wasn't going anywhere. It wasn't, and to give like it's harsh, but I'm intrigued for. I don't think City played that well. I think they just kept United at arm's length. They scored a couple of outside the box goals. They themselves didn't create loads and loads. I think United did all right, but I think Garnacho looked amazing when he came on.
Ooh,
And I thought
Sancho's
maybe-
got to watch out. Yep, Sancho has to watch out.
Maybe Garnacho should have started, because I think next season Garnacho is.
He's not a starter yet. He does it. He's very good.
Well,
at playing
listen,
those 20
if
minutes of
Sancho's
the
a
game.
starter, Garnacho can be a starter. Like, as in, like, there's no justification for Sancho starting games over Garnacho moving forward.
Have you watched Garnacho play 90 minutes?
I've watched Sancho play 90 minutes.
Have you watched
And-
Garnacho play 90 minutes? That's my question.
But what I'm trying to say is Sancho
Garnacho with an
Sancho
off
offers you
season.
nothing. Sancho
Listen.
atypically offers you very little. So even if
Garnacho coming on for
came in-
20 minutes has been a lethal weapon for us this season. So you don't change that whole idea that you've been using the whole season, which has helped us in so many games get a goal or assist and save us. Because his impact coming off the bench.
Moving forward, Garnacho could be a
No,
starter.
moving forward. I'm talking just about yesterday,
Okay.
solely yesterday. Because
Solely
Sancho building
yesterday.
up to the game actually was picking up some momentum. But I personally knew he wouldn't really keep it up against City because we wouldn't have much of the ball.
Yeah, but also
Whereas Garnacho,
wasn't Sancho building momentum as on the right wing? Did he not play left?
he played
wing,
right
did he
wing
play?
yesterday.
He
Sorry, he started left, but we did.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He
didn't-
started left wing yesterday.
But we
and
had
he's
no
not had-
option.
He's not really had form.
But
And
we didn't have an option though
Rashford-
because Anthony was out and
Yeah,
Martial
okay.
was out, so we
Well,
had to
fair-
put
fair-
Rashford
fair
in the
enough. I
middle.
mean,
I'm
like,
just gonna-
I rate Garnacho very highly,
gonna park
and I think I think that like personally, we'll see how he goes next season. But I think for me, at what point are you going to be asking Sancho, and like at what point is his place in the United squad? at risk here now.
It is already at risk.
Yeah. Yo, Mojo.
You don't think it's at risk?
I need to talk
saying
about
it already
Chelsea
is.
for 2 seconds, guys. I'm sorry. I need to talk about Chelsea. Mojo's got to go. But like Jay, I know you got to go soon too. So I appreciate you jumping on, bro. But let me just go to, yeah, I'm not feeling well today. I'm terrible. But yeah, Ugarte. Well, what's going on with this thing, man? Let's talk about this guy, because this guy is being heavily linked to your club, Mojo. It seems like you guys are going to get the signing done. And I just want to know what everyone thinks about him. And like, I know he's a defensive midfielder, but like, I really don't know too much about him besides the fact that he played against us in the freaking Europa League and got sent off.
And yeah, I mean, I guess that's a fair. If you've seen little of him, I completely understand, bro. And I'm actually quite happy with getting him, and it's still not done yet. So I am not celebrating one goddamn thing until I see David Ornstein like saying, "Yep, the deal is signed. He's our player." Just because I've been through this whole Enzo saga in January, I'm not doing this shit again. But bro, we're 4 days in, and I'm telling you, I've never seen my club be so active in a summer window. It's been such a long time since we've been this active this early in a window. I think we're trying to sort things out before the preseason kicks off and before Poch is in charge. And I'm looking forward to seeing just what sort of business we do. But Ugarte, for me, is a very good start. This is someone that I had advocated for us to sign from January window. If I'm honest with you, I wanted him to be signed. And I started watching Sporting Lisbon for the last 2 years, mainly because there was a few players that the Premier League teams seem to be signing, and they seem to be always coming from either Benfica or Sporting Lisbon. So just by interest, I'd said I was going to go watch them. In particular, I was watching actually Pedro Porro before he signed for Spurs. Reason being is I knew that Reece James was a heavily injured player for us, and we were overusing him. So in my mind, I was like, I need to go find an attacking right back that we can use in conjunction with Reece James, so that we are not overusing him as a player and we can manage his game time a lot better. And in that process of me doing that, I happened to see Ugarte. Before that, I saw Paulinho, I saw Matthew Nunes that plays for Wolverhampton now. And all of these players were players that I was generally really impressed by. Ugarte was not someone that was getting as much game time before Paulinho and those players left. So he's a very good player in the sense that for the age of 22, he brings the type of physicality that we lack. He brings the type of tenacity that we lack. He's young, he's hungry, he's very good on the ball, and he's comfortable receiving the ball. He can actually carry the ball, and he's so good at just cleaning up the messes that we create. I think from that perspective alone, I've been saying already, we need this midfield of ours needed badly like to be revamped. And the fact that we started that job in January, and the fact that the first thing we start this summer window with is us going towards that midfield area fills me with a lot of joy, because I do think that's where a lot of our breakdown happens. Obviously, Kovacic being linked with Man City, Mason Mount being linked with Man United. You can already see there's just a lot of stuff happening at my club, and the Man United fan does not seem happy about Mason Mount. But what I'm going to say,
I don't want to jump into Mason Mount
right
today.
there.
I've done 3 videos where we've spoken about Mason.
Yeah. I'm not going to. But what I will say is, the fact that we're going after Ugarte isn't just that. It means a serious business intent from our perspective, because we do need to revamp the midfield. But don't be surprised if we also straight after this go after Caicedo as well, because this club is on a serious. I have never seen us be so direct with things. It seems like we're very serious, and this season that we had may have been a blessing in disguise for these owners, and they're really trying to address the issues that they have actually noticed from this season. So I'm quite happy, but until these players are signed, I can't celebrate crap, bro.
Yo,
I hear that. I'm just gonna go to Ram, because Ram is the first person who brought Ugarte to my site, being a Liverpool fan and being linked to him first. How you feeling that he's about to go to Chelsea?
Yeah, man, it's a good signing for Chelsea, and I told you it, Gal. I told you about Chelsea. I told you that those guys are going to be meaning business. And now that they got Pochettino as well, they got Ugarte. They're cooking a little something at Chelsea. They're starting to get a good thing going, and is annoying. I wouldn't say I was a big advocate of Ugarte, because, to be honest, I haven't really watched him play that much. I've mainly been looking at French football, Dutch and German, and obviously English football. I haven't really watched a lot of Portuguese football, but from what I've heard from other people and what scout reports have said, he looks a really solid, good player, man.
Anyways, some people in the chat don't rate him. Some people rate Rice better. Some people are saying he's better than Rice.
I still think Rice is a better footballer than Ugarte, in my opinion.
Like right here, my guy coming in saying, Eagle talks about Ugarte is better than Rice. We're gonna have to see. Someone also talking about basketball techers. I'm just gonna say, can you guys see what I'm about to show you guys? Because I wanted to show you. I had to take matters into my own hand. Chelsea are worrying me in this transfer window. I had to take matters into my own hands. I messaged Moises myself, and I told him, forget about Chelsea, come join Arsenal. Because I feel like it's a problem. I'm not going to lie. Chelsea are going to probably get Caicedo, and I'm going to have egg on my face. But I would love for us to get Caicedo.
You have Champions League football. Why are you worried about us, bro? Come on. You got this. You got this, bro.
I really do think he's gonna end up at your club, and
Sorry,
you guys are gonna end up strengthening quite strong. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, it's scary when Mo says he's never seen his club be this direct before.
Bro, I swear to God, the last time we were this direct was when Mourinho, after his second stint in that second season, he said, I want Costa, I want Fabregas, I want these guys. And the club went out and got those players. That was the last time. That was, I think, 14-15, if I remember correctly.
Sorry, are we like, what is it? People, how highly are people rating Ugarte? Sorry, just
I don't know him enough to rate him highly.
Yeah,
I watched one game of him, and call me biased, but I hate the guy.
Yeah, I assume was it the red card game?
Bro, I've never been to a European game. I go to the game, the guy gets a red card. He has an absolute masterclass of a performance against us, and his team wins on penalties. Emotionally damaged, bro. Call me what you want.
I'll tell you one thing one thing I find very interesting about Chelsea is that a lot of their players are expected to just jump a level when Poch comes in. And I'm not saying that they won't jump a level. I'm just saying the narrative around that is quite interesting.
Tottenham wanted you.
Do you expect
bro,
us to
listen,
do the same?
we have so many DMs. I'm not buying that. Like, do you know what I mean? As in, like, you want me to spend another 45? We've got like people like Sarr, we've got Bizuma, we've got Skip. You can argue Højbjerg can play there.
And
If my club paid for Ugarte, I would just be upset. Do you know what I mean? As in, we don't need another one of those players. But like,
you know what we do need though, Jay? We need everyone to hit that goddamn like button.
Yeah. Well, it's just
what's going on?
Listen, let's see how Chelsea do with all these players. The one that scares me is Caicedo. If Chelsea gets Caicedo, that's the transfer where I'm like, shit, he can really help them.
If Chelsea sell all their players and they bring in Caicedo, Ugarte, and they get rid of the players they want to get rid of, I really do think they'll make a push for top four, but they're not going to get it. They're still going to come short. But their squad is going to be in a much more balanced squad going forward.
But they're gonna have one of the worst managers in the top six, though.
Pochettino is great.
If you rank him against the other top six managers, where is he?
He's better than
Arteta. You think the manager that you just hired is better than Pochettino?
In 2023, he could be. Like,
no way.
Oh, this is a combo.
You are drinking
no. Listen,
right
hold on. Before everyone gets, listen, I'm a Spurs fan. I know Pochettino. No, I know Pochettino better than every single person in this space. So everyone's like, Ke. I know him better than all of you. Right? Bro. I know my manager who's every single game he ever manages Tottenham.
Okay, it's a hot take.
Builds up wise.
Okay, it's an extremely hot take, but try to land it in like 30 seconds so I can click.
Right. Okay. So basically, what I'm saying is that Pochettino in 2018-19, yeah, I was looking at him and I was like, okay, these new modern managers are more tactically savvy than Poch. He's not a bad manager in any way, shape, or form, but he's not the most tactically savvy manager. Yeah, our record away from home against the Big Six wasn't good under Poch. Yeah, I know you can argue it, whatever, but I'm saying now, Poch now, exactly, this is the question. Are you saying that Poch is better than Arteta? Are you saying he's better than Ten Hag? Are you saying he's better than... You can say he's better than Ange. I don't mind you saying he's better than Ange. But I'm saying that all these managers now, I think, have better styles of play and better ways of playing in 2023. Yeah, I don't know what Poch's tactics look like in 2023. I don't know how his build-up play looks like in 2023. I've not seen him manage a club of sort of that level for 4 years. At PSG, most people would say his team was not a nice team to watch. They didn't play good football. He didn't arguably get the most out of that squad. So, for me, like, would I say that Arteta is better than Poch as a coach in 2023? I think I might, because what I'm seeing Arteta do, yeah, it reminded me of what Poch was doing in 2016-17, but that doesn't mean that he can do the same thing in 23-24. He was...
Jay, this is a great conversation, but we still need to keep the conversation going. I'm just going to try to get everyone. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Besides Ram, Staffy, do you know much on Ugarte?
I'm not gonna lie. No, I don't know much about him. I haven't watched outside the Europa League games that Arsenal faced him, but I'm hearing very good things about him. Very good DM. He sounds like he's like what Chelsea need, because they haven't had a destroyer for a while. A lot of Chelsea fans, they told me they haven't signed a DM for a while. Even Kante is not really that typical DM. Like, his game is a little bit different because like he likes to advance the ball and all that. So it sounds like it's something that they need. Like, they were trying to tell me they haven't signed a real DM since like they had Nemanja Matic days and you know people like that. So it sounds like a signing they really need. I know Poch really likes his South American players. So it looks like they're cooking something there, and I'm not really happy to hear about that.
This comment is probably what all you guys would say. Based on their CVs, it would go Pep, Klopp, Ten Hag, Poch, Arteta, and Ange.
But if I asked you, Igal, who's a better manager, Poch or Arteta in 2023, I know you're not saying Poch.
Man, can we stop with this manager in 2023?
Yeah, what do you mean? No, hold on. What do you mean? Stop saying. So it's like me saying
the best managers can manage in any time given time period.
I think the best way to do this is everyone do their list. I think Pep stays on the top for everyone's list, except for Ram maybe. But for me, I'm not that biased, bro. I would go Klopp second. I would go Arteta third. And then the rest would be
whoa, no,
that's my list. You do your list. That's my list. Let me finish my list. So it'd be Pep, Klopp, Arteta. Then I'd go Ten Hag, Pochettino, and Ange. But what's your list, Staffy?
Where the hell's the Zerbies when I ask you guys?
No, it's just top six.
It's top six, isn't it?
Oh, it's just top six.
Top six.
Pep, Klopp. You said what? Pep, Klopp, Ten Hag, Poch, Arteta, and who? The new guy.
The new Tottenham guy.
Well, he's definitely six because we don't know much about him and it's his debut. Pep, Klopp. That's the first two. I would say So Pep, Klopp. I would say I would put Ten Hag before Arteta. I don't rate Arteta that high.
So you keep it the same way as this. What about you, Mark?
I'm switching Poch with Arteta. So I'm going Pep, Klopp, Ten Hag, Poch, then Arteta.
That's fair. What are you saying, Mo?
I agree with Fraser. I'll be honest with you.
I
wouldn't change the thing. No,
Fraser.
Like the guy. The guy
that's who's Fraser?
I thought you were referring to Staffy as Fraser.
No.
They gave me a new name on YouTube.
Everyone in the comment section, give me your
Fraser Staffy
in the top six.
So I think personally it's Pep, Klopp. Then what I basically do is I asterisk Poch either there or there, because I like people are still rating his work.
Do the order, no asterisk.
Okay, so I'd say Pep, Klopp. Oh, Arteta or Ten Hag. I don't know. Coin toss between them. Then Poch after those two. I can't pick between those two.
Okay, and then Ram. Are you gonna put Klopp first?
I'm not that biased, guy. Come on.
Hey, he's told you like twice. He's pushing for the agenda, man.
You never know.
He's trying to get a clip off you. That's what he's trying to do. He's trying to get a clip off you today.
To be fair, guys, I don't clip the shows that often. Let's be honest.
If you want a guy, if you really desperately
I should clip them more often.
Yeah, if you want a clip here, I'll say this. Yeah, Pep Guardiola as a Bayern Munich manager is one of the biggest failures in his tenure as a manager. How about that? He was a failure at Bayern Munich. He was a failure at Bayern Munich.
He did a 3-peat.
They're cool.
They've won
Okay,
11
they
in a
did
row.
11.
11 in a row. Like, tell me something that
Fair
I
enough.
don't know.
They're doing 11 on a row. They're
Yeah,
not
it
normal.
doesn't really say much.
But if you want to clip that badly, then cool. But Pep Guardiola was a failure at Bayern Munich. But as I said, my ranking is Pep, Klopp, Ten Hag. What Fraser said, basically. What Fraser
Yeah,
said, basically.
that's
Okay.
that's why even I said it.
Yeah.
Let's shift gears quickly, and like certain LeVar Ball said. But yeah, if you guys know the reference, you know the reference. Declan Rice to Arsenal. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I think this is gonna happen to the point where I was even contemplating to go buy a Declan Rice shirt. Wallahi.
Oh man,
My wife told me don't do it until it's done.
Mm.
She's probably smarter than me than that.
You
I
lot
was
gonna
gonna
bu-
say she sounds like an intelligent woman.
100%, bro. She's seen you bottle the league, bro. She knows she got.
Bro, she was Arteta out. She was Arteta out after the Burnley game when we lost 1-0 and Aubameyang scored the own goal. So she came midstream and just yelled, "I'm done! I'm done!"
Wait, you said she was Arteta out, or she's talking about
she
you?
was
Baby?
Arteta out. Only person in this house that was like yelling and screaming, "I want him gone!"
But you were Arteta out too. Don't lie.
No, but I wasn't yelling and screaming. She literally said, "I'm done. I can't back this guy ever again."
Miguel, you were Arteta out. Let's not try
For
it.
1 day. Listen,
He was
I
Arteta
thought-
out for a good
to
2
be
weeks,
fair-
bro. I
to be
remember
fair,
that.
I thought he lost the dressing room. He didn't lose the dressing room by what I seen, and I was wrong to even question him that time. He didn't have his signings, and we had COVID. 5 players were out due to COVID. 5 players were out for the first game. We played Chelsea and City. Did you expect us to beat Chelsea and City in the state that we're in at that time? Probably not. And against Brentford, it was harsh, but he lost that game due to other issues. But hey, Declan Rice to Arsenal. Guys, we're not losing this guy to Bayern. We might lose him to another Premier League team. But
Can you speak to your fans?
Igal, if you lose this guy to another Premier League team when you've been chasing this guy for so long, isn't this another damning indictment of your transfer business now?
110%.
Yeah.
But it'll be like
But
Bellingham
also,
2.0.
can we talk about Arsenal fans disrespecting Bayern Munich as a football club?
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
My God.
What do you
My
mean?
God. There's Arsenal fans saying that they think Bayern Munich is not the level of Arsenal.
Well, that's a great
that.
point. That's a
I
great
swear
point you're
to
bringing
God,
up. Can
it's
I
all my.
ask the panel the question here?
Bro,
Can I
it's bad.
ask the panel the question? In terms of Bayern Munich, I know they're not Real Madrid, they're not Barca in terms of pull, but how big is Bayern's pull, in your opinion? And I know you don't like me saying in 2023, but you got. I do need to time
Massive
eras because
Bayern
5 years ago
Munich.
Bayern's pull might have been insane under Pep, but I'm saying right now, 2023, how strong is Bayern's pull?
What am I hearing right now?
Bayern
We're
Munich-
talking about
What do you
big
mean?
bad boy
I'm asking
Bayern
the question.
Munich right here.
Guys, let me just show you guys something.
Like
This
the
is
elite
this is
of
the
the
reason.
elite.
This is the reason why some people get on to us fans. Somebody tweeted this, and respect to the guy, but he knew what he was doing when he did this. People are laughing, saying the Champions League winning side wouldn't get near
Yeah, I remember
the
seeing
team. And he tweeted out the Bayern side that won the
Where's
Champions
this?
League.
Wait, who's the guy? Who's the guy? Who's
Nah,
the guy?
he's a troll. He's a troll. His name is like Mikel Arteta something. He's just trolling. But people took this so serious, and like I seen videos on this. People saying Arsenal fans think their current team is better than Bayern's Champions League team. No, we don't. It's
Imagine
my
holding
man-
people
my man
accountable for
bro.
what they say, Gal. How absurd of us. I mean, what do you expect us to do, bro?
Bro,
And it's not the first time.
I
you guys do it.
responded to this. I think I replied to this originally when he posted it. Did I reply to it? I swear I thought I replied to it. I was like one of the first comments, and I said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Come on, man." This was on the 3rd of March when I seen it. I said, "Come on, man. Like what is he doing?" So
I don't
just
get it.
This is why people shouldn't be allowed to tweet on Twitter.
this was
honestly.
2 days
If they
after
have
he
if
tweeted
they
it.
have opinions like this and chat like this, they don't deserve to have a voice. I'm sorry.
You're blessed, man, because when I said the statement, you were so shocked about it. I'm like, you're clearly not seeing some of the Arsenal tweets that I'm seeing, brother, because
Nah,
it's mad out here.
No, but he
Nah,
still
somebody-
gets on to me. He still gets on to me.
Who?
He still gets on to me. But yeah,
Who gets on to you?
you get on to me for comparing Liverpool.
Rightly so. Rightly so, Gal.
Comparing Liverpool to
Yo,
what?
I appreciate you jumping on. I know you got to jump off, bro. Appreciate
God
it.
bless, guys.
Always a
Take care,
pleasure,
man.
Madrid.
Here you go.
Here you go.
Peace.
Hey, can I get? So I know this is a slight tangent, Igal, but Liverpool fans, I'm like, because I've not spoken to many Liverpool fans this year. They've been a bit quieter because of the bit of the drop of their level.
The shit season, just say it.
No,
how it
we've
is.
been loud.
Yeah,
We've
okay.
been
I'm trying to be
loud.
polite.
Yo, we got
Listen,
a super chat here
Yeah,
from my guy here, Liverpool fan, saying, big up to you for the super chat, by the way. I think this is the first time I've seen you in the chat. Hopefully you've subscribed. Appreciate it. Saying Rice is going to Bayern, just like Jude is going to Madrid. I think we can pull Rice. I don't think we have to worry.
As an England fan,
worry about Bayern.
Rice to Bayern would be very, very interesting.
Shocking.
Go from
as an England fan,
stylistically, like it could be great for him. Like it could actually be great for him.
I would be
as an
shocked
England
if that
fan,
happened.
this would be great for England because
Yeah.
you got literally the makings of Owen Hargreaves
Okay, guys.
right there.
Cut the crap for a second. If you were to say where he's going to end up, if you're going to say where he's going to end up, he's going to end up at Arsenal. Like
no, but he got. I saw a Ukrainian prisoner of war who had no options, who was meant to go to Arsenal, still turn up to Chelsea. Like
no,
it's not
I acknowledge that Manchester United might actually be a threat, but that's it. Nobody else.
But I just look at it.
Like Bayern Munich are not coming close to meeting the valuation of the player. Also, Bayern Munich is not located in the UK. He doesn't want to go too far from his family.
All I'm saying,
too far, bro. It's like a 2-hour flight. That's it.
Germany's a nice place to live, Like the
Munich
Musiala,
is a very nice place.
people have gone on. All I'm gonna say to you, Igal, is that it's looking a bit interesting. Like, as in, like, when will you start getting worried about the Rice deal? How long are you giving your club to wrap this up? Not obviously until after the game, until West Ham have played their game. I'm not expecting anything to happen then. But from that moment, when West Ham finish their game, how long are you anticipating it's going to take? Is this going to rumble all summer? Do you think he's going to get?
Bro, I think it's a situation where they're just, once the season's actually over, we're going to know more information. Right now, the season's not officially over. But guys, there's just been some breaking news. What on earth is going on? The Saudi league could turn into a top league.
What do you mean?
They have too much money, bro.
Bro, this could actually happen. Like, what on earth is this? Someone in the chat just posted it, and I just had to go check for myself. Apparently, the Saudi government have decided to inject 20 billion in order to develop the top Saudi clubs through giving credibility to the league. They want to sign a lot of big names. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Could it ever be a situation where the Saudi league turns into a top league?
May, if it's underpinned by the government, maybe. Don't forget what happened when they tried to do this in Russia, and
China,
and everything went. But if it's underwritten by the government, it could have legs. It could be interesting.
I'm not gonna lie to you. If we start seeing who's a free agent right now,
Ramos,
Benzema, Ramos, they're all gonna go there. We already know that. Who else?
Messi might go there.
Messi might go there. Who else is a free agent? Zaha. They might sign Zaha.
Nah, they're not signing Zaha. There's no one in. Listen, bro, they're going for marquee names. They're trying to make more money. That's
who's
all it
more
is.
marquee names?
Zaha, no one gives a bit shit about Zaha.
What about Luka Modric?
I could see someone like I could see someone like Lingard going there.
Oh no.
No, nobody knows Lingard.
You think people don't know Lingard? They know Lingard.
No, but like globally.
Bro, he played for Man United. He played for Man United and scored in cup finals.
Yo, why haven't they signed James Rodriguez yet?
Because he sucks, bro.
Hazard.
I'm gonna show you guys a list of free agents.
Hazard's gonna retire. We should actually talk about that.
Why should he retire when he can go to Saudi?
This is a list.
He doesn't want to play anymore. You think that fat boy can survive in the hot Saudi sun playing in the Saudi league?
Bro, there's no one that's actually.
Why am I being harsh?
That grilled meat's gonna have him in a headlock.
Bro, there's no good free agents. There's no good free agents that are out of contract this year. When is the next year?
I don't know.
I'm looking at it right now. There's no good free agents this year. Let's be honest.
Watch one day they'll go for Mo Salah because Mo Salah has so much popularity in the Arab world.
That makes sense.
Give us 200
I promise you would get very good money for him. Because
hear
they
you.
love him.
Oh,
So.
they're gonna get Busquets, 100%. 110% they get Busquets.
No,
thought he
I don't think
retiring.
Busquets is retiring yet.
You know what? This is crazy because if it happens, Benzema, if you guys don't know, he's going to Saudi. Fabrizio Romano even reported it. Anyways, I don't know if you guys rate Fabrizio anymore. A lot of people don't. It's weird. But yeah, that is happening.
Depends on the transfer. If it's in Italy, then I do. I rate
You know
him.
what? Let's talk about Liverpool quickly, bro. You guys are
What
gonna
do you
sign
wanna talk
McAllister.
Yeah, man. It's also a very good deal. I'm hearing rumors of around about 45 M's as a base and then 60 as add-ons, which to me is a very good deal. I see it as 45 million, and then if he's successful, it becomes 60 million. That's how I see it. That's granted if he is successful.
Let me show you what Fabrizio had to say about this.
He
was talking about it earlier today, I think, on his TikTok. I seen the video and I just wanted to play it for you guys. Can you guys see
The
it?
Liverpool deal now is getting really.
Yeah, no, copyright. I'm gonna get fucked.
There's also that. I don't know if you could play TikTok.
Oh yeah, you guys know what he said. He said the Liverpool deal is really close. There's a lot of people talking about McAllister. I think it's a bargain. Well, how much are you guys getting him for?
45, apparently. That's what I've been going around the works, which is a very good deal in my opinion. Because people have been saying 70 to 60, and I was like, bro, that's a lot. But 45, I'm
personal terms agreed. Where is it? I seen personal terms were agreed. Where was that?
Yeah, but personal terms agreed has already been there or thereabouts. It's just that it's now been finalized because his family are now in Liverpool at the moment.
When was this? I don't see it. Oh, there it is. So yeah, understood that his father will travel to England in the following days to get the deal done. Done deal next week. His father will be in England to work out the deal. So yeah, McAllister is a Liverpool player basically.
Well, not yet. Until he holds that Liverpool shirt up, or when Paul Joyce says that is done, then I'm going to say he's a Liverpool player. But for now, I'm going to be a little bit more cautious with it because I only want to see these players hold up that Liverpool shirt, man. But yeah, it's like I said, very good signing. But again, it's not the only one. We still need to get more signings. I still think we need to get 2 more centre mids, and I think we need to get a centre back as well. And there's always been rumors around about people doing their thing. Apparently, Schmatka's doing his job well, getting in the players, getting in the contacts. So yeah, man, it's going to be an interesting window for us. It's going to be interesting. I'm hoping to God that we get Kefren Turam as well.
You know what? There is definitely a lot of stuff going on, but someone just brought up a point about Messi here quickly. I just wanted to touch on this. Messi to Al Hilal. What?
Yeah. He'll probably go there. Bro, they're offering 1.2 billion in 2 years.
1.2 billion.
Yeah, 600 a season.
I'm not gonna lie to you guys. If Messi goes to that league, like a lot of people are gonna watch it.
For sure. A lot of people already watch it.
Messi goes to the Saudi league. People are watching Ronaldo right now. People are gonna watch.
Don't forget, Sky will buy the rights for it. They've already started showing games from the Saudi league as well. So,
bro, I'm telling you, if Messi goes to Al Hilal, that league is gonna do business. And yeah, big up my guy here saying Messi to Saudi for 1.2 billion euros for 2 years, bro. It's a joke. The contracts are a joke.
I'm telling you, bro, they have too much money over there.
Yeah, what's the latest on Declan Rice to Arsenal and Bayern Munich? So this is the update on Declan Rice. Declan Rice is linked to Arsenal and Bayern Munich, but the reports are Manchester United and Bayern are interested. Apparently, they're saying that the player does not want to leave the Premier League, so that counts out Bayern, but Bayern are interested in the player and would be willing to pay a certain amount, like up to 95 million euros, they said, right? Arsenal are going to submit a bid immediately after the Conference League final, as they want to respect West Ham as their season's not over yet. So once the season's officially over for them on Wednesday, we'll have more information. I'll talk about it more in depth tomorrow on my Arsenal transfer video. But right now, I just want to talk on today's transfers. But yeah, big up my guy here with another message. What is this saying here?
John Bay, yeah.
He's saying, we penny pinch Ram. We are done for good. He is the only midfielder incoming. Klopp is lucky that to have FSG as his boss. Interesting. Staffy, what do you got to say on that? I know you might be interested in jump on that.
On what? On McAllister?
on the McAllister.
The super chat, the McAllister deal, everything.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know Ram's team as good as him. I will definitely tell you 100% that they definitely need more than just him. Like, just getting McAllister is not going to be enough. I mean, Ram, you already said that, so it looks like I'm just like copying you. But it's just like it's that obvious. There's no way you're bringing in just one midfielder. And I rate McAllister, by the way. I was one of the few people after the World Cup to say that he's really good. And some people were like, nah, he was just there and thereabout. But he just fit in very well with a World Cup winning team, and he just didn't look like he was out of place. So it looked like he was ready for this big step. And I think he really does help this Liverpool team if he joins. But by no means is he that one signing that's going to turn the needle for them. Like, it's just not going to be enough. You know, I feel like they still need a new DM because Fabinho's not it. And, you know, at least they need someone for coverage. And they still have Henderson there. Like, let's be honest. This guy should have been gone too with Milner and them. So the fact that he's still there, he's still starting, or he's the first option off the bench as a midfielder, that's very worrying for Liverpool, because that midfield needs a lot of freaking work. So great signing, but by no means is that enough. That like, you're not even 50% done with this signing.
Staffy, shall I give Staffy the names of the players that we've been linked to that have been floating around?
I've heard a few of them. They're more from like the French league. If you can name them.
So like Thuram from Nice, Manu Kone from Mönchengladbach, and Gravenberch from Bayern. Those are the three main names that are floating around.
I'm not gonna lie to you. Liverpool, if you hear names, it's remotely never true.
What do you mean? Like, you don't trust these sources?
Most of the time, Liverpool sources don't know what the hell they're talking about.
But these aren't from Liverpool. These are from their camps.
That makes it interesting, because that means they're scouting them and they're considering talking to them. But when things are done, usually they're surprises.
Yeah, exactly. But when it comes to people from the other side, I take it a bit more seriously than the likes of your James Pearces and even people like that. Because when it comes to our side in England, we don't like to keep air out our dirty linen in case we get like mud on our face. That's how we operate. It's annoying, but it is what it is.
Let's quickly shift gears to the final topic of the day, as we have been going for a long time. Manchester United have a big rebuild on their hand. We're just going to speak on Man United's rebuild. These are the players that they want to sign. They want to sign Mason Mount, Douglas Costa, Diego Costa, and Rasmus Højlund. And Staffy, today you don't have to talk about Mount, as you can share the wealth and talk about other people. But yeah, it looks like Kim Min-jae. Today I'm hearing that the deal is almost surely done. Rasmus Højlund still sounding out offers, but nothing officially completed. And after De Gea stinker, you'd assume that they're going to actually bring in a goalkeeper, and he's the front runner to be brought in. And if I'm not mistaken, he's Portugal's #1 now.
He is, yeah.
So what are we saying?
Kim Min-jae is looking like it's everything but done. So he'll be announced, I think, very soon, because of the way that this has been progressing. They're talking about it. Like, I haven't seen anyone come out and deny it or just say someone else has stepped in for him. So it looks like he's probably going to be our first signing of the season. Looking very forward to that. He won Premier League, not Premier League, Serie A Defender of the Season. So that's as we know, also the art of defending in Italy is usually like highly rated. So very excited and looking forward to that, because we really need depth in that in that defense. Varane gets injured a lot, and I feel like what I respect Ten Hag for is, like, as long as Varane is still working and it's a good option, but he's looking forward to the future as well, because he knows that Varane is not going to be available for us all season, and this guy's his future anyways. Mount, we all know what I can't say much about it. Diego Costa, listen, I tweeted that yesterday. I put on my Instagram story a picture of Diego Costa on a phone, because I'm like, call this guy up right now. I need him. We need anyone his pro. But this guys we've been linked to, and news came out today that we're in serious contact with him, trying to sign him. He's going to be probably the biggest signing for us this summer, because there's no way Ten Hag is going to go into this next season with the same deficiencies with his goalkeeper. And when I say deficiencies, I'm not talking about goalkeeping deficiencies.
Exactly.
I'm
What
talking
about
about not
Palestri?
being able to play up at the back.
What about Palestri?
I don't rate that guy that much. He could get a loan all he wants, but he's been on loans for like 3 years. This season we kept him, and we were short on the wings, and we still didn't play him. So like, he can leave for all I care because we're getting Ahmad back. He's one of those. He's like a Uruguayan Daniel James. If I'm being really honest with you, he has a little bit more techers over Daniel James, but he's not all that. I'm sorry to disappoint people. He's been in our club for 3 years. He's never done anything, you know. So he might leave. Like, I don't care about keeping him. I don't think Ten Hag rates him because we were short, bro. I'm telling you, we were short on the wing, and we were finding ways to play Bruno on them on the wing, and he never gave Pallister a chance. So that just tells me he doesn't rate him. But
and do you feel like you're not going to get Harry Kane?
I don't know. It's a lot of the news coming out saying that we're going to go ahead for 2 strikers, one a little bit more experienced and one young upcoming. But Kane is not. We're not heavily linked to him. There's a lot of people saying it makes sense to sign him, but I haven't seen anything progressing towards this way. As opposed to Højlund, a lot of people are talking about Højlund and that we're going to get him, and it looks like he really wants to. You're one of the people who told me how he was on Man United. He grew up a Man United fan and all that.
He is.
It's what they were talking about, the coming striker that they're looking for. However, I don't know if we're going to go for Kane after. I know we're going to go for 2 strikers at least. It might be 2 young ones, someone like Kayman Kulumawani or someone like a Vlahovic. I'm really unsure yet, you know. But we'll see. You know, I'm just very big on signing the goalkeeper though, because like as much as we need a striker, I'm okay with getting 2 strikers rather than a Harry Kane. But I definitely don't want to see De Gea starting for us next year. I love De Gea for what he's done for the club, but we are in desperate need of a new goalkeeper that's not gonna stink out the place like De Gea did against City yesterday.
Yeah, and I just want to say, big up to everyone for having to deal with my cough slash stuff. Big up to all Staffy, Ram, Jay, everyone who's jumped on, and all the other guys who wanted to jump on. I know Alan couldn't come on. I know Qasim did a last-minute replacement, so I appreciate him for that. Hamza wasn't scheduled to come on, guys. It was Vader. Patrick, I'll have Patrick on next time, hopefully. But there's going to be a big stream tomorrow. For anyone who's listening to this right now, I'm going to have Kevin Campbell, former Arsenal player, coming on tomorrow at 4:30. It's going to be a big stream. We're going to talk about all the transfer news, everything going on around Arsenal. We'll talk about the previous season and look forward to next season. So, of course, make sure you stay tuned for that. Big up to everyone who's jumped on. And I just want to end it off by saying, Staffy, thank you for coming on, bro. I really do appreciate you. It's been a great season, guys. We still got 1 game left, Champions League. So after that, we're going to do transfers for the whole summer. But for now, if you guys got any ideas or anything, throw it in the chat for after the video is done. Leave a comment down below. And did you guys have anything to say before we go?
I was gonna say, just like the damn video, guys. I mean,
Yeah,
we're doing a back-to-back show, and he can barely speak. The guy's clearly feeling a little bit ill, so the least you can do for him is just like his video, you know. And obviously, if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe to the channel and show us all love, bro.
Like, comment, and subscribe. That's all there is to it.
And yeah, also you can catch the videos on Apple, Spotify, sorry, not Apple, Yahoo and Spotify. It's not on Apple yet. I don't know how to get it on Apple. I'll figure it out. But and you can check out my TikToks and my Instagram account. Today on my Instagram account, not only did I get Caicedo to see it, but I got Xavi Simons to see my tweet also, my Instagram message. So hopefully I can do some recruitment for Arsenal. But I'm out of here, guys. You guys have a good one. Love for the love, people. And as always, as recently at least, Fabrizio Romano, take it away.
Here we go.